Hi Nancy, hi TikTok. I am really sorry.
An effective apology, yes or no? The answer is really up to you, the consumer, to decide if that apology worked. But based on the number of tags that I received on this particular apology, I think we can use it as an example of how to write an effective apology. Now, I'll say I'm not the official arbiter of the ideal apology. I'm just someone who works in public relations and crisis management. I write them for a living and I also like to analyze them, but I don't want to dox anyone and I don't like calling out people or driving people to videos to make things worse and pile on. But I do think this is an example of someone who is really trying to do the right thing. So I think it's a great example. Because here we have a dermatologist, a medical doctor who has a very popular TikTok account. And part of the popularity of it is using examples. And one of the examples that she used was someone that she pulled off of TikTok and shared that video. However, that person came back and said, "Hey, doctor, you were wrong. You were diagnosing me and it was incorrect." Okay. Which she had a right to do, and which is fairly common now on social media. People like to call out people when there is some type of injustice there. It's this idea of, the victim, the social media victim. And I happen to just talk about this on my Patreon account today. Now, when you look at the dermatologist's reaction, her apology, first thing that I noticed was the body language. When she started the apology, it was very closed. So this was the tell to say, I don't want to be totally transparent here. Okay. And then the first word that came out is she wanted to say she was sorry. I have mentioned in the past the use of the word sorry over the word apology. Sorry doesn't carry the same weight, the same heft, the same cachet as the word apologize. Apologize actually takes effort, like physical effort to say it, but it also takes emotional effort too, because you're more vulnerable when you say, I apologize, because God's saying, I'm wrong. Sorry can be, just somewhat of just a throwaway patronizing term. It's almost like a platitude apology, if that makes sense. The next piece of the apology is when she goes on to explain what is happening. And in the framework, it's own it, explain it, promise it. That's my indestructible PR framework. So she kind of owned it in the beginning. But then the second piece, when you explain it, I think where she got lost is she was explaining why she made the post as opposed to explaining why she made the mistake. There's a big difference there. Okay. So it was more about framing that it really wasn't her fault. She was distancing herself from that. So that's the language that you want to change. You want it to be about the mistake that you made and the promise to do better.